Adriana, you are the first Polish and one of the first women artists worldwide creating NFT. Why NFT?
Well, it was a natural match for me as I'm a digital artist and also work a lot in mixed media. I'm also a musician, so I've always struggled to present myself as a holistic artist because of my multimedia nature. And as soon as I discovered NFTs, I knew that was something I just waited for most of my life because I mainly create also digital work, and NFTs allow artists to sell their digital work. So it was just like a match made in heaven.
Why digital art? Can we have, for example, a print to hang on the wall as well? What does it look like?
Yes, so basically to explain digital art is as simple as we have a JPEG that we save, and it could be a camera usage from our phone. That is the simplest explanation. Or it can be a file that we create in Photoshop or Procreate. This is the programs, lots of different programs where you can create digital artwork, and it can be also animation or video. So this is where NFTs are allowing so much freedom of expression because it's not just limited to a still image, it's also can be music and can be a visual piece and 3D animation. And I think that's the beauty of NFTs, that there's no limits right now. And when it comes to your question about the prints, I mean, obviously, yes, we can print a physical NFT, and obviously that depends as well on the smart contract. And the smart contract is a document that sort of certifies the NFT and also the legal purposes of its usage for their customer and the artist. So it's very complex, but it's like literally any kind of agreement you can have whenever you purchase any goods and you want to have intellectual properties legal assets to it. So in my case, for example, it depends on the artwork, but some of my NFTs, which are obviously created digitally, can be printed as physical piece, and they can also be signed. And that was the case for me with my exhibition that I did 2 months ago, when I wanted to present NFTs as one-on-ones, which is like basically just one individual piece that exists. It's never going to be a copy. So it was the same idea with having the prints of it. There's just one print for each NFT, and it's being signed, and there's never going to be another version of that print. So again, it's just like a matter of flexibility and the idea of the artist. But obviously, if the nature of the work allows you to have a print of it, and also legally, then obviously that's a yes.
Where do you sell your NFT works?
Yes, so there's plenty of different platforms where you can mint, which is the creation of NFTs. And I started at Foundation, which till recently was an exclusive and invite-only platform. It's not anymore, unfortunately, but I still sell most of my NFTs there. And also there's OpenSea, where you can get the artwork that was exhibited at my exhibition from Station of Arts. But I'm obviously looking to expand and maybe start minting at other platforms as the market's growing, so I'm pretty much open-minded.
Is there any Polish NFT platform?
Yes, there are Polish platforms. In fact, I might actually collaborate with one of them soon, which is very exciting, or two actually. One of them recently reached out to me, which is called Matejko. And there's also Smart Verum, which I both very much respect. And I love both platforms that they think very globally, and even though they come from Poland originally, they're based in Poland, I think their mindset is very global, which really resonates with me as well a lot as an artist.
Which currency should we use to buy your NFT art?
So basically, NFTs can be purchased mostly only via cryptocurrencies. The most popular one is Ethereum, but there's also different other cryptocurrencies right now on the market, like Solana or Tezos. They're a bit cheaper. There's a misconception that people think that they're NFTs that you can buy with Bitcoin, but this is very unlikely or very unusual. That doesn't really happen. And there's also platforms that you can actually purchase NFTs with regular currencies like British pound or American dollars, I think maybe zloty as well. But this is like, it depends on the platform. Basically, you have to find specific platforms that will allow you that, but you need to unfortunately first prepare your purchase with obtaining some cryptocurrencies.
What should I do to buy your NFT work, simply?
It's simple process, but it's just something that people need to be aware of. Like it feels very overwhelming at first, that you're just like, oh my god, this is super crazy, someone's gonna rip me off of my money, but it really is not that complicated. Basically, you need to first get a crypto wallet, a MetaMask wallet. I highly recommend MetaMask. It's basically a wallet that will allow you to make any purchases with cryptocurrencies and also NFTs. There's like a basically step-by-step tutorials you can find online how to set it up. Just bearing in mind, this is very, very, very important, so I always say that just in case. Whenever you create your MetaMask wallet, make sure that the seed phrase that will come whenever you're in the process of that, you have to keep it with the guard and never share it with anyone. You have to make sure that it's being kept very safe, because if you lose that seed phrase, you will never ever get back your NFTs. So it's just super important. Like, people don't understand how important this step is. So this is just one thing that you have to be really mindful of. And also with MetaMask, you also should get first like an app where you can transfer your regular currencies into cryptocurrencies. So that would be, for example, Coinbase, or crypto.com or Kraken. They're all good. Binance as well. So it's like, it's a process. It's basically, that's why I feel it's important to teach and also like educate others about NFTs and what's the process, because people get discouraged by the steps they need to take in order to get an NFT, but really it's not that complicated. It's just more about finding the right people who you can trust, and there's thankfully more and more people who are just like there to help you, guide you, and myself included, because I'm very passionate about this, so I'm here to help.
So to sum up, 3 steps. What should I do?
First, you need to get a MetaMask wallet. Also, download an app where you can buy cryptocurrencies, which is like Coinbase or Binance. And then you need to transfer the money from one of those apps like Coinbase to your MetaMask. And then you go to OpenSea or Foundation, wherever my NFTs are. And you go there and you have enough money you have to make sure that you have enough money in your MetaMask wallet. And then make it a transaction. And that's like, it's obviously this is the easiest steps to explain, but it's like very self-explanatory. Like, I think people get also overwhelmed because once you get on the website, it doesn't feel that complicated, if that makes sense.
Adriana, I love your fashion portraits. Is it possible to order my personal portrait and have it both in NFT and printed form and to hang on the wall?
Yes, absolutely. I actually specialize in doing custom fashion portraits, and that's how kind of my career started as a fashion illustrator, where I've been invited to do a lot of live events when I was doing a lot of live illustrations, like for really big brands in London and globally, like H&M, Oscar de la Renta, Vogue. So it's been a really fascinating process for me, and I really love doing that, which is like sitting in front of you and just doing a very quick portrait, which is very gestural and very expressive. And I create them both digitally, but obviously that can be printed off as well. So what I'm thinking, and this is like something I'm just having right now back of my head, but I've always wanted to combine jewelry with actual illustrations and portraits. And it's just really fascinating, because I feel like NFTs will probably also allow me to make that happen, where I can create a portrait also that will be wearing stimulously jewelry pieces that I've created. And if I can see like you, for example, a person wearing my jewelry designs at the same time, I think that's gonna be something really exciting. It's like merging, these two worlds. So I think also what I have in mind is maybe also a digital jewelry pieces. So it's gonna be very interesting how we can, that's the excitement I have, within the 3D world, and also like the whole metaverse right now. And definitely, yes, so basically in a nutshell, yes, you can definitely get a portrait from me, which my biggest passion is to draw women.
Can you tell us something about your most recent projects?
Yes, so, well, apart from the exhibition I had back in March, which was super exciting to me, and that's how we met as well, that was my recent project, obviously, the exhibition I had with my solo NFT show. And currently, just literally today, launched a big project I was working with streetwear brand in New York City called Boy Meets Girl, where I worked very closely with the CEO on the concept of the whole NFT launch. So the idea was to bring together some quite reputable NFT artists already. There's a selection of 6 artists, and it's an interpretation of the logo of the brand by 2 different artists. So it just came out, I think, really, really great. And also, what is special about this project is that it's literally what I always say, that I love that combination within physical and digital art. That with every NFT purchase, there's one-on-one, which is like just one single hoodie that features this artwork. And it's very special because that brand has a very long heritage, like back in the 90s, which is very, way before Web 2. So the founder wanted to step into Web 3, which is obviously the NFT world, in a new, engaging way without necessarily making a huge investment like building a metaverse, if that makes sense. So this came out really great, and WWD, which is like a huge women's world daily, wrote about this project and featured my work, and the other artists were like involved together on the front page, which is super exciting. And it's just another motivation, and that's what excites me as well. It's always excited me as an artist. Like obviously I love creating my own art, but I've always worked very commercially with a lot of different brands. So whenever I can help as an artist and share my ideas and just kind of put pieces together and like a puzzles together into one bigger vision, is like what excites me the most. And I think that's the nature of my work in general, because I always combine my music and my art and film as well. So I think it's kind of similar energy in there, and I think that's why I love about NFTs, because it's a great community and there's so much to give back and bring more on board people. So very much involved in this, and this is just the beginning. I hope there's more to come. And there is, for sure, yes.
Of course there is. Congrats, can't wait to see it.
Thank you.
Thank you.